Hello to YouTube. My name is Sam,
My name is Ree.
and we are the Rejected Gamers back here for another monthly one-shot. This time, Borderlands 2. It's not a new game, but it is quite topical,
Yes.
considering there's everything going on. It's also something that you've probably played a little bit more than me. You've played 2, I've played 1. We haven't played with ourselves.
No.
Well,
No.
we've played with other people, but I never finished 1. I think you finished 2, didn't you?
Yeah, and played it again.
Yeah,
Straight
so
after.
you played it twice.
Yeah.
And I've not played it yet. I do have it. I've got all of them so far. I think I got Borderlands 1 on the PS3, although it is now just been released as a updated version for PS4,
Yeah.
Xbox One, and I think like an updated pack for PC or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick that up for sure.
Yeah, it's a bit pricey at the moment, so
Yeah.
we're going to wait for it to drop. And of course, the other big Borderlands news,
Borderlands 3.
Borderlands 3, just got
Finally.
announced last weekend, if I remember correctly.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's coming out. People are getting excited for it. You definitely seem excited.
Ah,
For
I
it.
can't wait. Yeah. Mostly because it just looks exactly like Borderlands 2. So.
Yeah.
Which is fine with me.
It's I mean, I've only played the first one, and that was a long time ago. And it looks, well, it doesn't look much like the first one because it looks more like the second one from what
Yeah.
I've seen. Because the first one was, while it was good, it aesthetically wasn't that great. It was just very
it's
deserty
aged.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's
It's
yeah.
aged a bit.
The enemies and the areas were all kind of just very samey, whereas obviously from what we played here on the first of the second or first bit of the second one, it was visually so much more different and interesting than the first Borderlands. And
Yeah.
the third one's looking a lot like that as well. It's
Yeah.
I mean, what's your? I spoke to you about this previously, not on video, but there's rumours of it also not just being on one world. What would you think about that if that was?
Yeah, I remember you saying
the
that to
game.
me. It can only be a good thing. Well, as long as it doesn't bog it down, it'll be a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, the games are pretty big anyway.
Yeah,
It seems a lot to do. But games just get bigger these days, so I'm guessing they're just wanting
Yeah.
to try and do more. Obviously, we know when Borderlands 3 is coming out, and I've got a little friend who can tell you that. Hey Google, when does Borderlands 3 come out?
The 13th of September 2019. On the website trustedreviews.com, they say Borderlands 3 will launch on the
Okay,
13th
Google,
of
you can
September
stop.
Thank you, Google.
Thank you, Google. So, yeah, we've got a few months now. 5 months, it seems. I'm really tempted to try and play through some of it. Here's a suggestion.
What?
Because we do some live streams every now and then. You
Yeah.
are playing Doom, but maybe we can get some Borderlands, in
Borderlands.
there, ready for
Yeah.
getting the new one up. If you guys out there want to see us stream some Borderlands, let us know, of course, in the comments. And it's something we will definitely look into. Anyway, as we were saying, we wanted to cover this because of all the news that's going on and the fact that you like Borderlands. So, what is it you like about Borderlands, man?
Fun. Crazy fun. Straightforward. I don't know. It's just fun.
It doesn't take itself too seriously either,
No,
does it?
no.
I like that about it from what I've played.
And it's just, it
I-
gets a bit crazy, and I just love it. And then you don't have to worry about ammo as such, and
Yeah.
it does have a kind of RPG element to it, but then that's straightforward. You come across you just upgrade your weapon. You just find the next best weapon. You go for that. You don't have to think about it.
It's insane the amount of weapons because it's all randomized.
It's
if
all- yeah,
if
yeah.
I remember correctly, like the looks of the guns, the kind of abilities of the guns. It's
Yeah,
all just
yeah.
completely random, which is insane. Isn't it? How many are they saying for the third one now? It was something like 1 billion or something like that. I think
Yeah,
it says there's going to be.
I mean, this was pretty much that.
Yeah, it's the amount of guns basically in these games are to a point that you'll probably never ever see all of them. I
No.
don't think the amount of possibilities is just so insane. I think what I liked about it is I'm not much of a shooter guy, but it's got a good co-op mechanic. It's definitely a game I think that you should play co-op
Yeah,
rather than
yeah.
playing it on your own. Yeah, it doesn't take itself too seriously. I love the humour and the characterizations of the characters. And Claptrap, I know a lot of people hate him. I think he's brilliant. I love Claptrap myself.
I love Claptrap.
I've always wanted to play the pre-sequel as well because you actually get to be a Claptrap in that game.
Maybe we can stream that.
Borderlands? Well, yeah, I've not played that. You
I
have
haven't
not
played
played
it.
that. That's a good shout. Actually, we both do have a copy of that game. No, Borderlands. It's a weird game. It's something I was thinking of the other day. The people who made this, Gearbox. If you actually look at some of their other games they've made, they're not generally the best. Like they were heavily involved in Aliens, Colonial Marines.
Oh right, yeah.
Don't know how much you know about that game, but
I know it wasn't received well.
no. It's even funnier that apparently all that was messed up in the game was just one line of code for the AI, which someone found out was a typo, which is just it's so weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Borderlands seems to be their bread and butter, though. It seems to be the one game that they've made that people love, and it's been a long time since the second one, or pre-sequel, I think was the last one that came out.
Pre-sequel, yeah, pre-sequel came out.
Yeah, pre-sequel came out, and they were on last gen, if I remember correctly, as well, because
yeah, they
the
did
Handsome Jack collection is
yeah.
on the current gen,
Yeah.
but the games themselves was on like Xbox 360 and PS3 and
Yeah.
PC, of course. Oh, that's another thing as well. Borderlands 2 is on VR now, PSVR.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how well that's going to work because it's a very fast-paced shooter game, and movement in VR it can be quite difficult to deal with.
I don't know. I think it'll be fun.
I'm sure it's probably got move zapping where you can just zap yourself around to places. I would love to try that one day, but I've got a VR. I don't have much room to play it, sadly. So it kind of just sits there, not doing much. Not that I don't want to play it. I love to play my VR. I just don't have the actual space for it, which is such a shame. That's why we've not done any VR on this channel, because it's just not possible.
The games you can play are quite limited in this space.
Yeah, I mean, Beat Saber is one that we've had requested before, and damn, I would love to do that. But hopefully soon, by the end of the year, I aim to have something like that. Oh, look at this big. It's the intros of like characters and stuff
Yeah,
are
it's
just
cool.
brilliant.
Just the animations, and that's another thing I love about this game is the art style.
Yeah,
Well, everyone loves it.
it's
You
that
have
good
to.
old cell shading, which it always kind of looks good. It's like if you look at like other cell shading games, things like Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, they
Yeah.
still hold up. There's still something about cell shaded games where they always still look good.
It's just because it's the style. It's a bit time. It doesn't age. It's a bit timeless.
Yeah, it's got that comic book style look,
Yeah.
which I think fits really well with Borderlands and the type of humor and everything in the game. It's like that comic book aesthetic. It just fits it so well. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's an odd game for me because, as I say, I don't like first-person shooters much. But I do like Borderlands, or at least what I've played of it. I don't know what. I can't really put my finger on why. I mean, we've said obviously it looks good, the humor's great. We haven't really talked about the gameplay much. I mean, it's kind of standard shooter.
It's just standard,
things, isn't
But
it?
I think that's another thing I like about it is it's open, kind of open space. You don't duck and cover.
it's-
Well, you can duck and cover, but you don't really.
Cover isn't the main kind of mechanic.
No.
It's not the standard military
Call
pop
of
out of
Duty
cover,
pop out,
shoot people.
Wait for them to pop out, shoot them. They're just coming at you, and
Yeah, it's
you
like the
just
Raiders or whatever you call them in this. They're just
blast
all
them
crazy straight at you.
smithereens. I love it.
And yeah, the guns are. I suppose in a game like this, it is about the guns. There's a lot of guns, and you have like explosive rounds, flame rounds. That can always be fun. If I remember correctly, you've got 4 different characters you can choose from.
In this one, yeah.
Um,
Did they? I think they added a 5th, didn't they?
I'm not too sure myself, to be honest. It's again, my knowledge is pretty much only on Borderlands 1.
Yeah, I haven't played it in about a year.
But,
I'll double check that.
I'm pretty sure most of the characters have their own kind of special ability of some.
Yeah, so they all have a special ability. I know I played Zero. I hated. I shouldn't have played him. He was quite boring, but everyone would probably agree with me. But
Yeah.
but then it's one of those games. Once you pick a character, you have to kind of stick to it.
I think they generally have their own kind of weapon classes that they're best with as well. Is it? I know in the first one it was like each character had its own. There was like a sniper character who would be better for long range weapons.
Yeah, that's Zero. You have I can't remember the names.
So I know in the first one I always picked Lilith myself because badass chick, and she used SMGs and shotguns. And if I'm playing a shooter, that's usually what I prefer, kind of either quick fire
Yeah.
guns or just shotguns, because shotguns.
Yeah.
Do I need to say more other than
That's
that?
it.
So
Lilith.
that's how I prefer to play them. So she was always, and I love her. I think it was the Phase Walker ability where she would go invisible,
Yeah.
move fast, and then you can just appear at people and just melee them. It was like, oh. And she seems to actually be one of the or like maybe the only character from the first Borderlands that has been sticking around in the series.
Who? Lilith.
Yeah, because she's in the
And
second, isn't she?
Mordecai. Yeah. If you
Okay.
remember, he's
I
the one
don't
with the
know which-
eagle.
Oh right,
The dude with the
the
eagle.
person I played it with, he played as whoever the long range person was in the first one. I can't really remember, but I think Lilith is in the third one as well. There's something about sirens and there being 7 sirens or something. I'm not too sure, but she seems to have wings in the new one. I know that much, or in 3.
In what? In number 3?
Yeah,
Yeah. She's not a playable character in number 2. I know that.
No.
She's just
there's
a story character. But
I
then,
mean, I don't know if they showed much of what the characters are in this new one. I know it looks like Tiny Tina's in it, but
Tiny Tina.
less tiny.
yeah.
I don't know if she is one of the playable characters. I think the rumours were she might have been, but I think I don't know if that's been confirmed or not. I think
Yeah.
it might have shown the full characters. I think people have figured she isn't one of them, but I don't know. It's in the first one. There's a bit of a story, but nothing I really kind of latched onto. But I think on the second, the pre-sequel, and then Telltale series they did,
Yeah.
they've kind of focused a bit more on the. Yeah, I got surprised
Story.
when these guys could jump that high. I wasn't expecting them to.
Yeah, you thought you were safe, but yeah, no, this one had more of a story. I think it's because of Handsome Jack, though. To be honest. I
Yeah,
think,
well, that's why they
you know,
put
the
in
main
the
villain.
collection. It was 2 in the pre-sequel because it focused all around him, didn't
him.
it?
Yeah. And he's a cool villain. Like kind of winds you up in a way. Just-
So you love to hate him, kind of thing.
yeah, absolutely. But yeah, and he's funny as well, I suppose. Charismatic, but
Yeah, it's like they've really, like again, the first one, which is the only one I really know. It had that charm, but it didn't have much of the character as I think as what I've seen from this and the other stuff.
then that,
Which
you
is a
know,
shame,
That's
but-
just because they built on it. I suppose,
Yeah,
fleshed
it's
it
like-
out and-
I got a feeling that the first Borderlands, people weren't, or they weren't expecting it to maybe be as much as a hit as it was.
yeah.
And then
yeah.
it came out and everyone was loving it, and they were like, "Ooh, we got something here. Let's build on it, create more of a world, and create more lore and
Yeah,
things
yeah.
going on." So even though I've not played much of it, I'm kind of looking forward to the third one. I do want to try and get more of at least either 2 or pre-sequel played before the new one, because I'm pretty sure we'll do something with the new one when it comes out.
Yeah,
So I'm pretty
yeah.
sure you'll probably get it for release date. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll do another one shot
order
just
it.
covering that, or who knows, stream it
Stream
or
it.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do some multiplayer because they do have couch co-op. I think I saw on the third one they are bringing 4-player couch co-op as well, because you could only do 2-player, and then if you wanted 4-player, you had to do online. But I think the new one they're actually looking at having it 4 people can play at once, like on the same
On a
TV,
same- Ooh,
kind of
that's
thing.
a headache.
Well, with big TVs, it's probably not so bad these days,
Yeah, I
to be
suppose.
honest. That's a joyous thing of having a 50-inch TV myself. Is split screens aren't so bad.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's
I
like-
think I remember. Is it around this part where we pick up? No, it comes later. Where you pick up new weapons, but the menu is above the split screen, so that's you know,
Yeah, that's something that happened in the first one when I remember playing it. I mean, I played it mainly online with my friend, but we did play a bit of it split screen as well. Luckily, managed to get our saves over online.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like it's so hard to see the full menu.
What
I
are you
think
doing, yeah.
you can change it from horizontal to side by side if you want, and I think that makes it a bit easier to see what's going on.
really.
Yeah, it's
Side by
going on to the split screen gaming. It's something that thought came into my head, completely off topic, but it's like back in the day when you used to play things like say Mario Kart
Yeah.
on the N64. The size of the TV you were playing on it was tiny, so the size of your screen was tiny.
Yeah.
Whereas now we play something like Mario Kart on my TV, we have a screen our own.
We have a TV.
About the same size as an old TV.
Wow.
Almost.
I'd say double,
Yeah,
to
probably.
be honest. Maybe even triple. But
It's a weird thing. It's like, oh, technology.
Yeah.
But obviously, a lot of people play online. I don't play much online because my internet is terrible, which is always a shame. Hopefully, once I move house, it will be an improvement. But yeah, I do love how certain games, especially Borderlands, does still have that option that you can play kind of together with your mate around your house and stuff.
that's the point, though, I suppose, as well. It's, you know, that's what they want. They want everyone to play together.
Yeah, it's like get as many people. You could be having it. You could have the game, and a friend comes around, and you'd be like, "Hey, do you want to play some Borderlands?" And
It's
they're like,
actually-
what? And you'd be like, "Well, let's have a play of it," and they can be like, "Oh, this is a cool game," and then they might go and get it, and then you can play online that way with them or whatever.
It's actually a surprisingly difficult game playing solo. Not difficult, but compared to having someone with you. So I remember when I played number 2. When I started playing number 2, I played solo for a while. I kind of not complained. I was just like, it's so hectic. It gets so crazy and hectic that it just didn't make sense. So I like kind of complained to my brother, and he was like, "Oh, it's better if you play with someone." So he played with me, and I was like, "Oh, this is so much better." Just because you've got, you know. You can,
someone you can talk
if you're
to,
down,
be like,
if you're down, they can pick you up, and
Yeah, because
obviously
it doesn't do AI companions. Say something like Gears of War or Left 4 Dead, where you have AI companions. You don't on this. If you're playing on your own, you're
just on your own.
you're
With
just
the
on
same, I don't think they may up the skill of the enemies. I can't remember.
I looked into this, I think, on the first one, because I remember trying to play, like you did with the second, I tried to play a bit of the first one on my own, and I was like, this is insane. And then I played it with a friend, and it seemed a bit easier.
Yeah.
I think they upscale a little bit, but
the difficulty, but they don't upscale the amount, the volume of enemies. I think it's the same.
Yeah, but no, it's definitely a game that, I mean, you can play it on your own, and I'm sure you'd have a laugh. But it's definitely one of those. It's geared, It's geared towards more multiplayer. They've got the 4 people you can play it with, or 2 people, I think 3 people. It's definitely geared towards that with all the characters and whatnot. So I mean, definitely check it out. Obviously, it's come out on all the consoles now. If you've got new consoles or PC, you can pretty much get all of them and play them.
Definitely check her out. That's
definitely. I mean, even obviously we recorded this footage previously, and kind of looking back at it, I'm kind of like, I want to play a bit more.
Yeah.
But we do have some other games that we do need to play today.
Yeah.
In the form of a bit of Yoshi.
Yeah.
Bit of Yoshi.
We'll get on a pre-sequel stream or something. And then...
Yeah, we'll. I mean, we're gonna play. Well, you're gonna play a bit of Dooms still, because you've not finished. Well, you've not really properly played that, and second one is coming out, and I do want to cover that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot you could duel as well.
Yeah, that was. I think they had proper. I know in the first one they had dueling arenas. Do they have anything like that here?
Duel arenas?
Yeah, where you can go in and fight your friends.
Can't remember.
There is a small element of PvP if you want. It's not the main focus, but there is elements in there. Anyways, that's enough for this episode for now. We hope you've enjoyed it. I know Ree has, because he does love Borderlands. And yeah, check him out if you can. And obviously watch all our other videos.
Yeah, thank you everyone.
No problem. Catch you again soon.
See you soon.